Your obsession with YouTube AdSense is keeping you broke. I know people love this idea of getting monetized on YouTube, and that becomes their North Star to get monetized on YouTube and start making money off YouTube. But I'm here to tell you that YouTube AdSense is really not that great. And I know that might sound odd coming from someone who got their first YouTube channel monetized, but I'm telling you, after 6 months of being monetized, it really doesn't do much. And I'm going to get right into the numbers. I want to talk to you about the numbers with YouTube and why it doesn't matter. And I'm going to also talk about the psychological effect of getting monetized and why that also doesn't matter. Because I think there's both a financial component and a psychological component for why people are obsessed with getting monetized, obsessed with YouTube AdSense. So in my first 6 months of getting monetized on YouTube, I had a couple 100,000 views on my channel, which took a lot of work. I was putting out multiple videos every week, doing proper research, proper titles and thumbnails, proper scripting. And those 6 months, I made $1,000 from YouTube AdSense, which, don't get me wrong, I'm happy to get $1,000 from YouTube AdSense. That's really cool passive income just from doing videos that I love. But if you think about that, 6 months, $1,000, that's a couple $100 a month. In that same time, I had a workout program, a $20 workout program. So a very low ticket item that I put on my channel as a pinned comment if people wanted to check it out. And that workout program made me $4,000 in those same 6 months. So 80% of my revenue came from my workout program. And so obsessing over YouTube AdSense, putting all this work into YouTube AdSense is not that important, given that you can make so much more money from selling a product or service that you believe in. I really loved the workout program I built on my first channel. It felt like another form of creation, another form of art, and that brings in so much more money. What's crazy is I made my first 10 to 20 sales of my workout program before I was even monetized. So I was already making a few $100s before even $1 of AdSense. And so this obsession of YouTube AdSense makes no sense. And that's such a big ratio of 80% coming from a digital product versus 20% coming from AdSense. That ratio is already huge, and that's with a super cheap $20 workout program. That's 3 cups of coffee. There are people who are selling much higher ticket items, full courses. On this YouTube channel, I want to now start to get into one-on-one consulting. With that, my rates are about $200 per hour, which is actually a very normal market rate for YouTube growth. That's actually crazy enough on the cheaper end of what I've seen for some YouTube growth channels. And so with that, I'm not even thinking about YouTube AdSense on this channel. I want to work with people, and I see the business being coaching, consulting. And so I really don't care about AdSense, because if I want to build this into a real business, it's all about my coaching and consulting offers. It's more about creating super fans, people who really connect with me and then want to become clients of my business, not about just trying to get virality, trying to chase trends, and just chasing the AdSense hamster wheel. So I really, really believe in the product service mindset on YouTube as opposed to the AdSense mindset. And just focusing on AdSense, if you're really trying to build this into a part-time income or full-time income especially, AdSense is keeping you broke. And the last thing I want to say is the psychological effect. I think deep down, a lot of people know this. They hear this. I'm not the first person at all to talk about AdSense keeping you broke. But I think people feel like they're not a real YouTuber if they're not monetized, or they're not a real YouTuber until they're monetized. And I'm here to tell you, you are. If you make one YouTube video, you are a YouTuber. I wish someone told me that when I started on YouTube. I cared so much about monetized to feel real. The thing is, on YouTube, no one can even know if you're monetized. Like, it's not like there's a monetized check mark next to your channel name. You get a check mark when you get to 100,000 subscribers. I mean, I think it's obvious that you are a real YouTuber before 100,000 subscribers, before that check mark. So if you're struggling with the psychological component, just try to let go of that. Try to say, hey, I'm a YouTuber, I make YouTube videos, and just start to have that confidence. You don't need YouTube's arbitrary metrics to call you a YouTuber. It's also arbitrary. I mean, by that logic, for people in 2025 and 2026, they're a real YouTuber if they get 4,000 watch hours. But in 2027, you're not a real YouTuber until you get 8,000 watch hours. It's silly. YouTube can change the metrics for real YouTuber at any point. So you need to define real YouTuber for yourself. And I would say my definition is a mentally healthy one. If you make one YouTube video, you're a real YouTuber. And then especially if you have a product and service, now you run a business with YouTube. So that's a much better mindset. So please, if you take anything from this video, don't care about AdSense. build a business behind your art. And with that, if you want to hear more about this mindset, you can watch this video here about how to make money on YouTube before AdSense. So I'll see you there.